The moment you've all been waiting for. This is the grand finale for our Cup Series. Welcome to the Nine Line Cup Series Championship Race, sponsored by our amazing sponsors, Nine Line Apparel. Which, by the way, if you go to ninelineapparel.com, make sure you guys use promo code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. Up in the booth with me tonight, it is the Mike Joy of the league. It is current TVR truck driver and broadcaster Code Red Do, and I'm joined along beside me three individuals that you couldn't ask for, and they'll join me later on. But yet I have one in here with me, Mr. DJ. DJ, welcome to the booth, man.
What's going on? I haven't been here in a bad minute.
Hey, I think this is the first time me get a chance to work together, and then joining us later on will be Cushion Pushing, and hopefully we'll get Melton, who will be our in-race reporter. So yet, let's go ahead and bring down the names, the drivers who will be racing for our Championship 4 race. This is the moment that everyone has been waiting for. So yet, without further ado, let's not waste any time. And yet, real quick, I do want to send a shout out to our friends at J&J Talk Show, who has helped us, got everything prepared, who has allowed me to get a chance to promote the race. So yeah, make sure you guys check out the J&J Talk Show on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to our Championship 4 drivers who will be racing for in the Nine Line Cup Series Championship race. That is your Championship 4, our boss man himself, Mr. D-Blood, who earned his way in with a win, and he's in to the championship race. And then also another driver who also has won his way into the championship for, and that is TCW. And then two drivers, and then I'm gonna and introduce them one by one. Moving on to the championship 4, racing in the championship 4. Ron Racing 24, and last but certainly not least, Up the Iron 33. DJ, I just announced our Championship 4. Now the question is who's going to be the one making the crazy calls? Because tonight, our season finale ends on a huge note at a racetrack, which is pretty much home to our sponsors in Nine Line Apparel, and also which is pretty much home to everyone else. But it is Iowa. I want to get your thoughts real quick on Iowa, the racetrack, and yet, how do you think our drivers will do?
Well, I'm gonna be 100% honest. When I raced here in the ARCA series twice, it was pretty hard, to race with Deep Blood and Melton because this track does eat up your tires in certain times. It's a hard track to run. You got to get your points right,
Yeah.
entry and exit. That's the one thing that's gonna break down your tires a lot. Um, but it's everybody's game here, especially with the championship for. I know we have people racing for it, but you never know what could happen. Somebody in the back could come out for the win because this strategy's here. You could do whatever, honestly, and your strategy will work. You never know. But the one thing that is going to come into factor is the lap traffic because it is a short track and it's easy to catch up to that back of the pack. So yeah, they're gonna have a lot of fighting out there to do in order for them to get this win. But yeah, this track's a hard track to run and actually get it down really right.
Exactly, and that you can pretty much say that this is almost like a steroid Richmond, if you could say that. I mean,
You could.
you can say it like that. I mean, it is a much bigger track compared to Richmond. You're still going to have your sharp turns here and there, but yet they'll also end up having the struggles with the backstretch. I don't think the backstretch is going to be the main issue. It's just going to be how you're going to get into turns 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. That's going to be the main key. And
Yeah.
I think we can say here is that everyone's going to end up putting their money on the table when it comes to betting on our championship 4 drivers. You got D Blood, TCW, Ron Racing, and Up the Iron. And real quick before we get to that, I do want to introduce our next individual joining up in the broadcast booth this time. It is the Arca champion himself, and yet after a tremendous performance we saw at Atlanta last Friday. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you guys do. Mr. Cushion Pushin', welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thanks for having me.
Glad to be here and glad to get a chance to talk to you. The last time I got a chance to talk to you was whenever you won that ARCA championship. So yeah, first of all, congratulations by the way.
Thank you.
And we were just talking about Iowa. What do you think is going to be the key? I'm going to ask you, Christian. What do you think is going to be the key strategy for our drivers here at Iowa?
Just to run consistent laps. I mean, with the practice I've had, your tires can fall off easy. Fuel strategies come into play. You just had to be able to run a consistent speed and certain lap times to be able to have that pace to win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So yet, going through each driver, and I know how aggressive they're going to be. I mean, we've seen a little bit of that, and from TCW, we see that in all four drivers. But yeah, DJ, I'm going to ask you this: who do you think is going to end up being the aggressive one here, especially for a chance to win the championship tonight?
I am gonna be honest. I gotta go with. I don't know if people are gonna agree with me on this, but I for real gotta go with Ron Racing on this one.
You expect Ron Racing to be the aggressive one here? Okay, okay,
Uh,
okay. Cushion pushing. How about you?
I don't know. It's been up on the fence for me, but I think TCW is gonna have speed to do it today.
Yeah, I agree. And yet, Cushion, I was talking about this whenever we called the ARCA Championship race. It's like the same thing we're seeing right now. The young veteran, the young guys taking on the old guys of the league. No offense to TCW and D Blood, but both TCW and D Blood have been in the league since the start of this whole thing. And Ron Racing and Up the Iron, I mean, we've seen how good they can be. So yeah, do you think that advantage for both TCW and D Blood is going to end up play a factor into this one?
Um, I think it'll play a big factor. Just the fact that it can come down to experience, especially with D Blood running the arc race here and then being at that speed to win, which he did go on and actually win the arc race here.
Yeah, yeah. I do want to point this out. We do have a small field tonight, but yet that's okay though. Our championship four drivers is here, so yet that's the only thing that really matters to them. Um, Honestly, the way I feel about it is that we don't need to go through the stages, but yet we'll end up getting to the good stuff right after stages one and two. So, with that being said, I know we have Kluka in there with us, and it's hard to tell what that little fella would do. But either way, though, either way, this is what it's all about here, guys. The TVR Nine Line Cup Apparels Championship, or sorry, TVR Nine Line Apparels Cup Championship. That's the only thing that matters to them. Real quick, since we do got our top five qualifying results, um, I'm gonna ask you, DJ. I'm gonna start off with you. Who do you think's coming home with the Cup Championship?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be D Blood coming in it. Even though I know I said it, Ron Race is gonna be the aggressor. I think it's gonna be D Blood because the last couple times that I've raced with him here at this track, it's been hard to actually keep up with him, especially when he gets in that groove and that run. So
Yeah, exactly. And real quick, before we get to Cushion Pushing's pick, I do want to introduce another driver, a part of our broadcast booth, who will be the in-race reporter. And I think this might be the first time we've had him up in the broadcast booth, Mr. Melton. Melton, welcome to the broadcast booth, man.
Hey,
Hey, you doing all right, buddy?
yeah,
Alrighty. Hey, how you feeling about tonight? Big race, championship four. You'll be our in-race reporter. How you feeling? How you feeling about this race tonight?
not too sure. Not really one of my favorite tracks. Do have the pole though, so
Oh, can you tell us who our current top five is?
you got myself on the pole. You got Ron Racing second, Kluka third, D Blood fourth, and JD Power fifth.
Where's CCW at?
TCW will be starting sixth.
Ooh, okay, okay. So pretty much what we're seeing is TCW going to be struggling there, but yet do not count them out though. I mean, but let's go ahead and get to Cushion's Pushing's pick. Who do you see winning the championship tonight?
I gotta go with the driver that I felt like was gonna be most aggressive. That's TCW.
All right, and Melton, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. I mean, for as long as we've known each other, we know how this league is, and we both know TCW and D Blood very very well. Who do you see winning the championship tonight?
I believe this track goes in D-Blood's favor. He's got a few wins here.
Yes, real quick. Did y'all get invites?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So obviously Melton's in there with us. He'll let us know when we go green.
Yep.
So real quick, I do want to say thank you to all of you guys who have supported us since the start of the race. And I do want to thank you guys for inviting us into your homes and yet sit back, relax. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a fun one because we're not done with our championship races as of yet. Because tomorrow night we crown a Truck Series championship back at Iowa. I believe it's going to be at Iowa. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be what is it?
It's Iowa. You were correct.
Okay, all right. So yet, do not miss out on that. It's going to be an incredible one, and yet what we're going to be seeing, we're going to see cushion pushing. I know you'll be a part of that. Y'all ain't ready racing, ski mask and D Blood. So D Blood got two chances to become back-to-back champions tonight, or starting tonight and tomorrow night. Wait, what was that?
I just got a random message that said "Good luck, driver."
Alright, just like a movie theater, make sure you guys silence your cell phones and make sure you put your phones in your pocket because we're about to go live. And alright, so we're allowed to join Melton?
I just got one.
Yep. Alright. Get ready, sit back, relax, grab a Mountain Dew, grab a popcorn, because we're about to go racing here at beautiful Iowa Motor Speedway.
Oh, you got it in
Alright.
there, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get to our comment section real quick. And by the way, also huge shout out to the J&J Talk Show for being a part of help allow me to get a chance to promote this and the Truck Series Championship race. Shout out to Justin and Trey. Thank you guys for allowing me to get a chance to promote this. This is a huge night for all of us. And Justin, I know this is your first time watching. Sit back and relax because it's about to be a fun one, man. And green flag. Go ahead.
One thing I do want to say before, well, they're already racing, but that what the other factor here is using the bumper.
Exactly, and that green flag is in the air. Melton is in the lead in the beautiful sixth machine, and of course, right behind him, there you see Ron Racing. Oh, and there comes Kluka. Kluka, he's a non-play, he is a non-championship Ford driver, and he is making some aggressive moves.
Contact there.
A little bit of contact, and Ron Racing, and that's going to give D-Blood the advantage on the outside. That is something you should not do right now. Is to focus, don't focus on the non-championship Ford drivers.
They're 3 wide there for a second.
Yeah, 3 wide right there for a second. Cushion pushing. What are you seeing out there, man?
I'm seeing a lot of aggressiveness early in this race.
Exactly, and yet, I do want to remind our viewers right now, it doesn't matter if you win the race, if you finish second, as long as you remain the highest of your championship 4, that's who wins the championship. So you can go from 5th to 4th, it don't matter, as long as you're in front of your individuals. Then plain and simple, you win the championship. Stages don't matter. It's that third and final stage. That's the only thing that really matters right now. I think Kluka's going to get out of the way. At least I'm hoping so. After that aggressiveness that he gave to Ron Racing. And the problem is that Ron Racing cannot afford any mistakes. This is your championship race. And here comes D-Blood on the inside right now. Open, made some contact. Here comes TCW. He's slowly making his way up towards the front.
The 37 is up there near the wall, in the wall actually.
He is. I hope we don't have to call a wreck from him. So just keep an eye on him if y'all don't care for me, please.
I really am liking this battle between Ron Racing and D-Blood.
I agree. I really agree. And here comes D-Blood right there on the inside of that 12 body armor forward. And he's going to make the pass a second. D-Blood, who won the Atlanta race, earned his way into the championship 4. Meanwhile, Ron Racing... Oh, and the Ford hit the wall. Who was the Ford? That must be up the iron. And the 24 is going to the outside wall. He's going to end up losing 2 spots.
4's on the wall again.
Oh, and that is up the iron. Meanwhile, TCW is still right behind them, and yet TCW is currently last of our championship 4. Meanwhile, D-Blood takes advantage of Ron Racing, and Ron Racing, he needs to get that 37 out of the way because the 37 is not taking them kindly for granted.
Looks like TCW is having a little bit of problems there with the car.
You're riding along his hood cam right now. TCW, who won the race to earn his way into our championship 4 as well. He is currently struggling all the way up to the back. He is currently last of our championship 4.
Actually, he's not. Oh, he's last, but not close to it.
But right now, I mean, he's currently last in our championship 4. It is between D-Blood. It looks like Ron Racing, up the iron, and TCW right now. That is your current championship 4 right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know Melton is up in front of D-Blood. Melton, can you tell us how many laps to go whenever you cross the start-finish line?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, buddy. Melton, who's driving in that 6 machine, and he'll tell us once we get there.
Ooh, the 37 is in the wall.
24 laps.
24 laps, and yet the 37 did hit the wall. He's going to end up losing a lot of spots, but yet hopefully he can be able to remain his ground right now. Because
he has D-Blood making a move on the 6, going under him.
D-Blood going on the inside for the lead. D-Blood takes the lead away from Melton.
Melton coming back.
Melton, for as long as he's known D-Blood, and I can honestly say these two are really great friends. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're friends or not. This is your chance to be able to win the final race of the season, the final race of what has been a tremendous season for our Cup Series, and yet this is not the ending for TVR. I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an incredible season from the ARCA Series to the Truck Series, and right now for the Cup Series, it is D-Blood who is taking the lead away from Melton. Meanwhile, let's go to the back where Ron Racing seems to be struggling a lot. He's been having a fight with Kluka. It looks like he's fighting with JD Powers in the 8, I believe. And that top 2 is slowly pulling away, and yet that is not a good situation for Ron Racing if you're him there, Cushion.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like with this extent of a race, I'm not sure if the key would be to go up in battle. I mean, you always want to be leading out of the 4, but I wonder if the thought process has gone through TCW or Ron Racing or Up the Iron to if it's possible to make the car better than D-Blood's in the late run of this race when it matters.
Yeah, exactly, and yet you talked about it. I mean, the struggling thing is for him is that D-Blood and Melton, as far as they are right now, they're about to pull away from Ron Racing. The only thing he can be able to manage to do is try to be able to go back to the pits, try to get his setup in, and then eventually, when the setup kicks in, he'll end up being up there with the top 2. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on the field. You can see Kluka along with JD Powers. Contact being made. The 3 is around. The 3 is around. Now the turn finish 92 backup. Could that be a caution? I don't think so.
No caution yet.
I am surprised. That is only one car, ladies and gentlemen. Up the Iron made some contact with Turfetch, yet it is Up the Iron and TCW fighting in the back for that 3rd spot in the championship 4. Meanwhile, back up front, it is all D-Blood, all by his lonesome, pulling away from Ron Racing.
From what I can see, I believe Up the Iron does have front end damage after making contact with the 3.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, you can see that damage.
That 3 has heavy damage and is having trouble controlling his car.
I can't really tell if the 4 has right front damage or what sort of damage, but it doesn't really look to be that bad in his situation. It's the case. But the problem is with him and TCW is that they're way falling off the pace to our leader
The
right now.
damage on the 4 looks to be like it's in the main part. It's the dead center of the hood.
That's what I was trying to figure out as well. Meanwhile, these
It doesn't also help the fact that he keeps hitting the wall. I know a lot of cars out here are still having some trouble. Especially as the 17. Ooh! Oh, making a run on the 17 as he dive bombs it a little bit there.
Man.
Barely gets clear. Almost cuts the nose off of the 4.
I think if we do get a 2-car wreck, that could end up bringing out our first caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are just now tuning in, you guys are watching our 9-line Apparel Cup Series. Go ahead.
As you see, D-Blood's about to catch up to the 3 and the 14. Looks like that lap traffic's going to come into hefty play real quick.
Yeah, they're not far off behind right now. But as I was fixing to say, if you guys are just now tuning in, you guys are watching the 9-line Apparel Cup Series, sponsored by our amazing sponsors, 9-line Apparel. Make sure you guys use TVR 20 to save 10% off your order. And of course, shout out to our great friends at the J&J Talk Show, who has allowed me to get a chance to promote this race and tomorrow night's race. Same time tomorrow, live on YouTube. But yeah, we're still going to crown our Cup Series champion. And yet we're currently up in stage 1. D-Blood with the lead, as DJ mentioned, slowly get ready to approach some lap traffic, and yet, if you're D-Blood, you're feeling comfortable. As long as they don't do anything stupid, then yeah.
They're over here battling for last place.
They straight up are. I mean, you can just see it from his hood cam right now. And plus, the 3 has a lot of damage from what happened between him and the 4. And they're going to go
24 is in the pits. The 24 is in the pits.
We have 10 to go.
10 laps to go, and yet someone needs to keep an eye on Raison Racing, because it's hard to tell when these drivers can end up coming down this time. So right now, Raison Racing is going to end up being a lap down. And
Ron Racing does have hefty front damage.
And if he can be able to get out, then yeah, he should be just 1 lap down. But if not, he's going to end up being 2 laps down, because D-Blood's about to come around to the front stretch.
The 14 is in the pits. Ron is coming out, but can he make it before D-Blood comes out?
D-Blood is right there in turns 1 and 2. I think he might have a shot. No, he will not. He'll end up being 2 laps.
Be tight, and he will not.
He'll end up being 2 laps down. But yet, if D-Blood does come down, then yet he'll end up getting back to the 1 lap down, making him hopefully. And he does. Oh, D-Blood's coming down to pits. I think it is everyone's time for them to come down to pit road. Melton, you got anything on our leader?
Yeah, it's everybody should be making scheduled pit stops.
All right.
JD Power coming in. TCW staying out. Turf is in.
So who's the current leader? Are you the leader?
D-Blood is still holding on to the lead.
All right, thank you, bud. If there's any changes, please let me know, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Ron Racing is back around 1s on the backstretch now, into the wall. 2, and any update on D-Blood.
Currently now the leader.
Who is it?
Plays official.
Plays official is our current leader. Thank you, Melton, who is our in-race reporter for this race, for this championship 4 race here at beautiful Iowa Speedway. Just imagine him getting a huge win here at Iowa. I believe we should be at potentially about 7 laps to go, I believe, with Plays Officials currently the leader.
He has yet to pit.
He's yet to pit. That's a very interesting strategy.
He is saving, I'm pretty sure. He dropped really far off the pace within the first 10 laps of this race. So I think that might be strategy he's playing out right now.
About 5 to go.
5 laps to go here at Iowa for stage number 1. Cushion, if I was you, I'd get yourself a pen and a sheet of notebook paper so you can start writing down some things for tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow, I don't know, man. The setup I want to use is still up in the air, even though
Car around.
the 3 is around on the front straightaway. Yeah, but I mean, tomorrow's race is going to be nervous, especially with the pace D-Blood has right now.
And yet, you do not want to miss out tomorrow night's race. It'll be TCW and myself calling the final race for TVR this season. And yet, it's going to be something beautiful. You guys are not going to want to miss this. It will give you guys a chance for y'all to be on the edge of y'all seats, like the Arcus race did. Alright, 3's definitely got a lot of damage right now. Let's go ahead and check on our championship 4 right now. You see Ron Racing, who I believe he's in front of Melton. So he should be able to be 1 lap down, and he could eventually get a chance to get his lap back.
Yeah, one thing I'm seeing from right here from Kyle, from Plays Official, is that I have yet to see him pit. I think that strategy that Tyler was talking about, how he fell off the pace like back earlier in the race, I think that's what him was saving tires, so he may be able to make it through the end of the stage, and if so, then he better have a good pit strategy at the end.
Yeah,
to keep this lead.
Should he be at the white flag now there, Melton?
I'm thinking...
As Plays Official has crossed the finish line.
Yeah.
And that will be the end of the stage.
I'll give you the top 5 here.
Alright.
He had to save about 5 laps at least.
Well, hey, even though good stage win for Plays. Good stage win for Plays.
So we got Plays, D-Blood, JD, Ron Racing, and then myself in top 5.
Yeah, he was back there, really back there for 5 laps, and as soon as they started, D-Blood started to catch on them.
Yeah.
I noticed that's when Kyle started to go.
TCW is currently 1 lap down in 8th. He is not the first car on a lap down, so he will not be getting the free pass.
Alrighty, so yeah, it is D-Blood who's currently in the lead of our championship 4 right now. TCW having some struggles. Ron Racing is second. It looks like Place Official is going to end up being in 3rd of the standings right now. So yet, stage 2 don't really mean much, but yet it looks like it's going to be D-Blood is going to be leading things off to start stage number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, they're about to approach to the green flag. Green flag back in the air here at Iowa for stage number 2. Oh, 14,
14.
Contact being made. That outside is not looking good right now. That was about to be a huge collision with the 14. I don't know what he was doing there. And
he almost took out PCW there.
He almost about took out him and Up the Iron. And
2 Championship 4 drivers, isn't that?
2 out of the Championship 4 drivers almost about got involved to a big accident. Meanwhile, another 2 out of the Championship 4 is battling for the lead. It is D-Blood and Ron Racing. Ron Racing was struggling on in stage number 1. D-Blood finally got himself comfortable and yet got just the lead most of the laps here at stage number 1. But here he is again at stage number 2. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind you guys, these stages do not count, but yet after the second stage, that's when all things are off. That's when you get a chance to be able to break in your setup. You get a chance to show how much you want to win this championship. Because pretty much, this is a huge opportunity for you. And, you know, I mean, ask Cushion Pushing. He knows a thing or two about these races, am I right?
I do.
Oh, contact being made from TCW JD Powers, and the 4 is going to hit the outside wall.
Once again, as you could see, Kyle is back there in the back, trying to do the same strategy, if I'm not mistaken.
Right now, Ron Racing is definitely not trying to let go of D-Blood's draft right now because he's trying to make sure he's holding on. It ain't D-Blood and Melton, it is D-Blood and Ron Racing, and Ron Racing is giving D-Blood everything he has right now.
There is a hefty battle back here with JD Power, Ron Racing, and TCW. They're battling, all 3 of them back here. Looks to be Ron Racing giving a good run, but you got TCW right behind them. They're going. It's just crazy right back here.
And the 3 is going to... Oh, contact being made from TCW to JD Power. You're right along with TCW on the hood cam. Up the iron is going up, needing to try to get escape from TCW. Oh, TCW hits the outside wall. He loses his car, but he's managed to save it.
Starts coming into the mix.
The 3 plays officials going to end up getting involved. Or sorry, 2 French 92 backups going to end up getting involved. Melton, our in-race reporter here, is battling with the young man in the 37. And he is making sure he can give everything he has right now. Stuck on the outside line, ain't you there, Melton?
Yeah, it's not too bad though. I don't mind it. I can make it work sometimes.
Hey, you're doing a good job trying to be able to run that inside line. That's where you need to stay at right now. Meanwhile, it is back up in the front between D-Blood and Ron Racing. Your championship 4 is looking to be D-Blood, looks to be Ron Racing. I believe you see, of course, the 4 of Up the Iron and the 17 of TCW. You can definitely tell D-Blood must have practiced for this race because it goes to show how much this man, even if he is the boss, even if he is the TVR owner, he wants to win this race.
One thing I do know is that D-Blood is good at this track. And the other track he is good at is also Bristol.
He loves his short tracks, though, that's for sure, don't he?
Yeah. This is the one race I can never race D-Blood at. Kansas, I can stay with him.
I don't think anyone can be able to race D-Blood at Bristol.
No.
I mean, some can, but some just can't.
If I ever have to race D-Blood at Bristol, I am not racing. I will not show up to the race at all.
This is a huge race right now for D-Blood, and yet he is throwing away that mirror. He's focused on trying to pull away from Ron Racing, who's currently up in second. Yeah, you can see the gap between him and D-Blood. You can see D-Blood's car passing that Sunoco sign.
Yeah, as you can clearly see now, the 14 is just trying to make it to the end like he did.
Looks like the field is almost spread out here, except for JD Powers, the 3 of Turfetched, and the 17 of TCW. And if you're TCW, this is not where you want to be at right now. This is not where you want to be at. You should be up there with racing for your championship, but he's ended up struggling with a lot of these battles in the back. It's going to get back up to D-Blood. Oh man, looks like some cars went to the outside. This is getting pretty tense, and I do want to welcome Justin, the man behind the microphone. Oh, Iron. All right. But I do want to welcome in Justin, the man behind the microphone, for the J&J Talk Show. Make sure you guys check out the J&J Talk Show on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Yours truly, myself, is a part of it. So make sure you guys check it out. It's a really, really, really fun podcast.
I'm going to be honest here. It looks like the 4 is having some heavy problems. I think they might be a little too tight or a little too loose because every corner they're sliding up into that wall.
That time right there, he almost about got into Pluka and Melton. So yet, if I was him, I would just be careful. I mean, you don't want to ruin the race battling against non-championship 4 drivers. And that's exactly what Up the Iron is dealing with right now. He's currently third in our championship 4, but he's got to get up there to TCW, or sorry, not TCW, but D-Blood and Ron Racing. As you see, the 37 hits the outside wall right here.
One thing, if you do look at D-Blood right now, he is catching the 14.
And he is right behind him, and yet, I don't think all that saving is going to do him any good. So yet, and he's not catching D-Blood a break right here. Now he does. Now he does. So he will be.
Now, is the 14 going to let him go, or is he going to run him down again to stay on the lead lap? Looks like he's going to run him down.
He's going to run him down.
He ain't going to give D-Blood that pass.
Whatever happens between these two can give Ron Racing a window of opportunity to be able to catch him up there.
Yeah, that is true.
But yet, for plays is to get himself a win. For D-Blood is a chance for him to be able to win the championship right after the end of stage number 2. That's exactly where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen.
13 to go.
Thank you, Melton, for that. 13 laps to go. And do you expect any green flag stops?
Right now I have 8 till I have to pit.
All right. I haven't heard anything from Cushion. Cushion, what are you seeing out there, buddy? All right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of all the scenarios of what could go down because I don't think that D-Blood is going to get this championship as easy as he thinks it might be.
Oh, and a little battle going on between the 17th and the 4. TCW's finally managed to catch up the iron.
And I believe you have to pit in stage 3 at least once, correct, Mountain?
Yep.
I'm not quite sure yet, but I would definitely say at least once, maybe twice.
And I feel like that's going to be the key thing, is to have that advantage on the restart, and especially to not mess up in pit road, because if any speeding penalty or anything could pretty much ruin your chances of getting a championship today for any of those 4 drivers.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, we'll definitely see how it plays out. Ron Racing is currently pitting right now. Thank you for that, Melton. Ron Racing is currently in the pits right now. And there you see the 24, and yet we see him doing this earlier on in stage number 1. There must be some sort of setup he's trying to do, or some sort of strategy.
Oh, looks to be some problems where up there in the wall, having some problems coming out of turn 4.
Wait, who?
The number 8.
I have Kluka pitting.
Kluka's pitting, and then JD Powers is okay. I don't really see much damage, but he does have the leaders right behind him. Oh, and JD Powers, he's gonna hit the outside wall. Oh, D-Blood does pass him. He does put him a lap down. Let's go ahead and
ooh, the 4 is in the grass. The 4 is in the wall.
Oh, where? The 4 is okay. Oh, he is sliding. He needs to come down this time. He is sliding all over the place.
As you have Melton going into the pits.
He better watch out. He better not speed. Ooh. That was close. That was very, very close. I thought he was going to speed right there.
If I'm not mistaken, D-Blood is now coming into the pits.
Let's go ahead and check up our leader. Yeah, he does manage to come down the pit road. We'll have our leader. What if Melton does find out?
TCW coming in.
I'm currently in pits myself.
That makes all 4 drivers have now gone through pit road. At least I believe 3 of them are still in pit road.
Ron Racing is currently out, so yet he is getting his lap back from D-Blood.
If I'm not mistaken, I think TTV is in the lead.
I don't think Kluge's in the lead. I could be wrong.
No, that's going to be Plays official is back in the lead again.
Plays official.
That strategy is working for him.
That strategy that we saw him do back in stage 1. A very interesting strategy.
Three now coming in.
All right, Melton, you got the amount of laps for us, bud?
4 to go.
4 laps to go, and yet Plays officials is currently our leader. We saw him do this in stage number 1, and it's working out very, very well for him.
The 17 is in front of the 14, but I do not believe that the 14 will be able to catch the 17 and put him a lap down.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I mean, and if TCW does end up being a lap down, does that mean he can end up getting the lucky dog?
He is still 1 lap down, but the first car, so he should get the lucky dog.
Alrighty. Thank you for that. There you see plays officials. Go ahead and keep an eye on our chip shift for right now. You see, excuse me, TCW in front of our leader right now. Trying to make sure he won't get a lap down. There you see the 4 of up the irons, passing the 8 of JD Power, must be for position. And there you see D Blood, the man who has led the most laps here in this race. He looks to be right behind JD Powers, and looks to be Ron Racing in front of him.
Looks to be Kyle has taken the checkered for the stage.
And the 3 is around right now. He's got a lot of damage again. Poor 3. Poor Turfetch. He cannot catch a break.
Oh wow, the 3 does have some hefty damage to the front of that car.
Hefty. Alright, Melton, do you have our top 5 right now for stage 2?
Yeah, we got Plays, JD, D-Blood, Kluka, and Ron Racing.
Alright, D-Blood is still up there. And now this is the moment that you guys have been waiting for. The stages are out the door. Who's going to end up winning the Cup Series Championship? I'm gonna ask you guys real quick. Melton, I know you've been out there, but yet, what are you seeing from our championship for as far as the racing was?
It's pretty spread out. Right now, it's looking in D-Blood's favor.
All right.
TCW did not get back on the lead lap.
Wow. Tough luck for him, but yet green flag back in the air. This time for stage number 3. Who is going to win the Cup Series Championship?
D-Blood making the run on the 14.
D-Blood is on the run for the 14, and JD Powers, who has been struggling in this race, is currently up in
Falls
third.
into the 24.
Oh, look at this racing here, guys. 3 wide. 3 of our championship 4 drivers. Ron Race is going to make the move on up the irons.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, this is about to get bumpy. You're watching from Ron Race's hood cam. Here comes D-Blood. And looks like Kluka is going to be right behind him.
14's in the wall.
14 is in the wall. Here comes Kluka rules. Kluka's going to try to take
the
the
4
lead.
just puts the 17 into the wall.
No, he did not. Oh boy. And the 3 is not going to give him enough room either. Uh-oh.
This is a battle going on in every position right now.
I'm going to keep an eye on TCW. If y'all just said what I think y'all just said. Oh, and Ron Race is up in the wall. Someone's up in the wall.
It's Kluka.
Kluka's up in the wall. Okay, no. Sorry, Kluka. So that gives D-Blood the lead back from Kluka right now. And then you see Melton currently up in the top 3. Ron Racing is up in the top 5. They see plays officials in the 14.
Ooh, 4 in the wall.
Did TCW
Into the
get
17.
TCW and Ron are not Ron.
Up the irons.
Up the iron are having a battle back there with the 3 right behind them.
Oh boy. If they keep doing
not
this,
looking good back there.
If they keep doing this, they're going to end up ruining their chances to win the championship.
The only way that I believe that Ron Racing can catch back up to D-Blood is if someone gets in front of that 12 car. Because from what I've seen the first 6 stages, if you let that 12 car have that clean air up front, he's gonna pull away.
That's something that we've been seeing throughout this whole race, and that D-Blood is going to end up pulling away from Kluka. And like you said before, if he's got clean air, he's going to end up pulling away from the whole field. But the problem is, if I was Kluka, and even if he is a non-championship championship driver, he's going to have to be able to make some sort of ground and try to be able to catch up to D-Blood and try to battle him for that lead. And it might get a chance for the field to be able to catch up with that too.
Yeah, especially with Ron getting caught in that battle with the 4, did not help his chances at catching D-Blood on that restart.
It is everyone's ball game right now here at the third and final stage. And yet, this is not the first championship D-Blood is going to go after. He's going to go after the truck championship tomorrow, same time, same place, here live on YouTube. Make sure you guys follow us here on YouTube. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Thunder Valley Racing League. And of course, send a shout out to our sponsors, 9line Apparel. Make sure you guys use 9lineapparel.com, promo code TVR20 to save 10% off. Also, sending a shout out to the J&J Talk Show as well. And yet, there's a big battle. There's a huge battle going on. Even
you got the 4 putting the bumper to the 17, shoving the 17 up. The 4 is going down. The 4 is around. The 4 is around. The 3.
17
is around. The 3 is in the wall. Will that bring out the caution?
That's a caution. That is a caution. Oh my.
And they stay
it's
green.
Still green.
What?
The 4, the 3, and the 17 are involved. 2 championship 4 players are involved.
What? How? That should have been a game caution, though. I'm amazed right now. I'm kind of speechless. We've seen not 1, not 2, but 3 cars get involved, and yet it's still no caution.
I feel bad for the 3. He cannot catch a break. He's been in almost... That damage just keeps coming back and back and back.
Very well said. Very well said.
As now you have D-Blood catching up to the 17 and the 3.
That's gonna... Even if it is the final race of the season... I don't think D-Blood's going to be really too proud of that move right there. He'll end up getting footage for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you work hard all season to make it, and you got to give it your all when it comes down to this last race.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. This is the way I feel about it, though, is that you're battling for a championship. You're putting everything you have. We've seen the wins that TCW had. We've seen the hard work that Up the Iron has done. And for it to come out like that, though, that is just not what a championship driver should do.
Yeah.
Mind you, that was 2 championship drivers that were involved in that.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying though. 2 championship drivers getting involved with that. That is not a good view.
The 3's up in the wall.
And D-Blood's gonna end up passing him. Meanwhile, D-Blood's gonna end up lapping a chip 4 driver and TCW. D-Blood is really, really comfortable right now, but yet TCW is gonna end up being a lap down. How did Up the Iron get by himself? I thought he was with the 17 and the 3.
He was involved and he spun while the 17 was up in the wall and the 3 was up in the wall. He ended up getting corrected and taking off, and he basically made it out because all he did was spin. He didn't hit the wall. He just spun and he hit the apron.
Did y'all see what really happened? I mean, did the 4?
I was actually on them. The 4 was putting the bumper to the 17. 17 slid up. The 4 went under. 17 came down. Put the 4 below the yellow. 4 spun. 17 spun. The 3 ended up coming involved.
Wow. Something that I really didn't want to see, but it happens, unfortunately.
Ooh, Melton and the 37 side by side coming out of that turn. The battle right there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check out Mr. Melton. They see a lot of damage from the 17.
Oh, the 17 turns in front of the 36!
37!
And the 14 is in it!
And the caution
Please
is
tell me
out.
that. Fine. Oh, so now the caution comes out. Now the caution comes out.
The 37 spins around one more time.
I think he was probably trying to get out of our way.
Was it the 17 or the 37 that caused all that?
It was the 17 trying to get
It
out
was,
of the way.
17 turned. Just went right around.
Wow. Cautioned out. I mean, we talked about green flag stops. That is not the case. Cushion pushing, I'm going to start off with you. What do you expect now? Is it an all-out shootout for our drivers?
I think that, I don't know, it's going to be difficult for especially, I believe, the 4 and the 17. I think the 17, his chances are rolled out. 4 possibly, but what I see here as we go back green right now, the 24 is going to have to get a hell of a restart if you want the chance at this win.
The 14 was not...
The 4...
the 4 and the 3 hit the outside wall just in time right there, DJ. The 14 was not going to let D-Blood go, but yet, unfortunately, he doesn't. Here comes the 4 to the outside wall.
Yeah, the 17 right under him. I wonder if tempers are flaring between those two drivers. Ooh, the 37 puts a block on the floor.
Oh, man. I'm right along with TCW on this one.
24 is under the 14, 24 is in the third.
And right
The
now,
4 is making a good run. Up now into 4th place. As they're going 3 wide coming out of turn 4.
3 wide battle. Kluka gets put to the
Someone's in the
outside
wall.
wall. That 37. The 37 of Kluka getting put to the outside wall. With the 6 of Melton ends up going to the outside lane.
24 has a nose, and he'll dive under. Opening up that second spot. This is
the 17. Is
Oh,
that the...
boy.
Ooh. You're
Yeah,
having some hefty battles back here.
There's a lot of corners right now, and I'm just waiting to see what the 17 is going to do. You got
Ooh, the 37 puts the bumper to the 4. Is making a run. The 4 door slams him.
Oh, the 14 comes out
the
14. And it,
Oh, and they save it.
wow.
It almost goes... Oh.
Oh, hell, oh, the 4th not going to be really too pleased with that. He is not going to be too pleased. Meanwhile, look who's right behind the 4, y'all.
14 trying to make a run. Does hit the wall.
Meanwhile, TCW finally catches up the iron, but I think the 4 is more concerned with the 37 than he is the 17.
The 14 and the 17 are going too wide. 14 puts the block. 7-4 puts a block on the 14.
4 is going to end up leading right now, but the 14 is going to get underneath the 17 right now. Meanwhile, back up front, D-Blood is still the leader. He is dominating this race right now, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, to the back, keep an eye on this huge battle between the 4 and the 14 is pushing the 17. My lord, he is not cutting some slack at all.
I was trying my controller.
You good?
Yeah, I had a little bit of technical difficulties there for a second.
Just don't shock yourself.
There is a battle for second. Again, the 24 has now got back up to the rear bumper of the 6. The 24 now showing really, really good pace. You just can't get around the 6, and that's causing the 12 to pull away, which might cost his championship hopes.
37 in the wall, 4 making a run. Does take it over for 4th place. Now the 17 is coming in and getting involved as they're about to go too wide. The 37 is going to go back up into the wall. Go!
Oh man, That was about to.
The 17 and the 37 get
37
turned.
around.
The wreck.
37 around.
Is
JD's
that going to bring out
around.
the caution?
8th into it.
We are under yellow.
Under yellow flag.
A
This should still put us with a green flag pit stop possibility.
If I'm not
34 laps
mistaken,
remaining.
it kind of looks like the 17 blocked the 37 a little too late.
real quick, y'all, and yeah, not just because it's in my name, but I'm glad I got me some Mountain Dew right now.
This is going to put TCW back on the lead lap.
Wow. Alrighty, I appreciate that. They're melting, man.
So we have about a 26 lap fuel window. I'm going to give you the laps remaining. 26 or 28 lap fuel window, I believe.
24 is behind the 12, but can he make a move on the start?
He's gonna have to. Here we go. Green flag back in the air here at Iowa. It
31 to go.
It is
Yeah,
all
battery
Back out of
start.
it. Ooh, the 17 is pushing the 37. The 3 is now up into the wall.
The
Up
four
the
is
iron
right
has a
behind him.
chance.
The first chance
Dives
he finally
low,
has.
blood loss.
He is right there with D-Blood, and yet the 6 of Melton, and he's on the outside, side by side, but yet D-Blood still takes the lead. Here comes Melton on the outside right now, but yet...
Oh, 3 wide. The 37 puts the 17 into the wall.
Kluge's not having a good race right now, but it's the battle of the best buddies right now between the 6 and the 12. Can the 4 be able to execute a move?
Ooh,
with
the
this
8
battle?
puts the 37 into the wall.
And the 3's
Oh,
around.
the 3's around.
Only one car though. Only one car.
Is that Melton going side by side with the 12?
It is. He sidetracked him. Can up the iron and 4 be able to execute a move because of this?
Up the iron is just hoping that the 6 can get in front of the 12 and cut off what was hopefully D-Blood was thinking that he could just drive away from this field again.
And I do want to
Uh-oh.
remind... What's wrong? What's wrong?
You got it. You're going 3 wide coming out of turn 2.
Another 3 wide
The
battle.
17, the 14, and the 37.
The 6 has cleared.
And I do want to remind you guys, it doesn't matter if D-Blood is... He wins the championship. And here comes D-Blood underneath the 6, and yet D-Blood is going to manage to pass him. Of the 6.
Ooh, the 4 Ron Racing taps the wall. It gets a little bit loose. Or up the iron. My bad.
Y'all good right now, but yet it is Melton right behind.
Ooh, the 14.
Oh, the 14 is...
Here. Gets a little loose after tapping the 8.
Melton is right there. Oh, contact being made. Oh, he doesn't make the move on the inside.
D-Blood got into the wall.
That's what I thought. Meanwhile, you're seeing from up the iron's point of view from his window. The 12, the 6, and the 3. This is the being from the 4 thus far in this race. What is it?
Everybody else having a little bit of light issues.
No. Are you having lag issues?
You keep cutting it out for me.
Same for me too.
Am I cutting it out right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, the 17 just made a pass on the 37.
Alright, is it better or is it no?
Yeah, that's better.
Alright, thanks. Sorry about the...
If I'm not mistaken, I think your championship 4 is D-Blood, Up the Iron,
Oh,
and TCW.
The 4 had just hit the outside wall and then he went to the grass. TCW slowly approaching up to the 4. If I'm cutting it out, please let me know, okay, y'all?
Will do.
Alright, thank you guys. Who's got a fan blowing?
My ceiling fan's on. Let me turn it off.
Please.
Alright, it's off.
Thank you. Meanwhile, Ron Racing is currently all by his lonesome right there. They see Kluka. But right now is the man up in front, D-Blood. Your top three, it is D-Blood, Melton, and of course, up the irons. And then you have TCW in that fourth spot.
Ooh, up the iron goes up. TCW gets a run. He's there. Now we'll be able to make a move coming into 3 and 4.
I do believe it's going to come down to fuel mileage. We have 19 to go.
And we've seen how good the 14 is on fuel mileage. And
By now you'd have to say 5 laps.
Which he could do. He did that in stage 1.
He's done it both stages.
He did that both stages, but yet we haven't really seen any fuel mileage saving from any of our Championship 4 drivers. It was always Ron Racing coming down the pit road early, and then it will end up being D-Blood and 1 by 1. And it was always D-Blood that always ended up being up front, in front of our Championship 4.
I believe, if you look back at Ron, I believe he is saving.
I also believe D-Blood is cut back a lot.
Looks like Ron Racing, like good call, because it looks like he is trying to be able to save. He's not doing anything aggressive or anything. He's trying to make sure he's got plenty of fuel. Because
D-Blood is definitely saving, or he's either pitting.
He looks like he could be saving. And if he were to come to pit, he definitely missed it. So you're going to end up taking the lead from him. This changes everything here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, D-Blood, he's the inside wall.
He's really off the pace.
He is really off the pace. And
he's trying really hard to save.
Get a hold of this shot right here with D-Blood up the iron at TCW. 3 out of the 4 Championship 4 right now.
Oh yeah, D-Blood's definitely saving.
He is.
That's his strategy.
Very, very well played for the boss man and Championship 4 driver D-Blood. I think after what the 4 and the 17 just saw, that they realize now. Oh
Ooh.
Man, what's wrong?
The 4.
Almost at the 17.
Ooh, the 4 sliding up into the wall. The 17's gonna make a move.
Oh man. I think the 4 just didn't want anything to do with the 17 at this point.
Yeah. The 17 is coming into pits.
So the 17 has given up his strategy.
It looks like it. I mean, if I was CCW, I would go ahead and start saving. But he's currently down the pit road right now. That's going to end up being the advantage for up the iron. And is he going to come down? No, he will not. And there's a huge battle going on between JD Power and the plate officials. Looks like Ron Racing is not going to get involved because he does not want to deal with any of that pack. He just wants to focus on trying to be able to save his plenty of fuel as CCW comes out of the pit road this time.
Right now the lead is 6 seconds. 6-second lead. I believe everyone's trying to save.
Ooh, the 8 just cut off the 24. Puts a nasty block, but the 24 is going to go low and take the position away from the 8.
D-Blood is falling back to 3rd, 8 seconds behind.
He's losing a lot of pace, and then the 17 is going to come up and pass him, but I don't think it's for position. Who's our current leader right now, Melton? You are?
That'd be me.
Yeah.
Ooh, the 17 is passing the 4.
Yeah, the 17 is still at least 1 or 2 laps down.
Yeah, it looks to be the 4 and the 12 are trying to save as best as they can, which is why they're driving that slow. The 4 puts the 8. Oh!
Wait, what's going on?
The 4 looks like he tried to put a block on the 8. Almost squeezes the 8 into the wall. Now you have the 4. Ron Racing passing the 12. The 12 ain't giving it up.
Plays is moving to second, 9 seconds behind.
Meanwhile, Ron Racing. Oh, the 4 just pushed 24 out of the way. That's Ron Racing. Oh,
2
man.
championship 4 drivers right there.
And D-Blood is watching this, and I don't know.
Oh! The
What's wrong?
24 puts the bumper to the 4. And the 4 sends into pits.
Oh, did the 24 send him?
The 24 sent him into the wall. The 4 came down and tried to cover it, but went into pits.
Oh. That is going to be a very, very interesting one to call, especially that's right in front of D-Blood.
I believe Plays has saved enough. He's closing the gap really fast. It's 5 to go.
5 to go right now, and yet you're still in the lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pit.
And is Ron racing in the second right now?
Plays is second. Ron is third. He is the first of the championship drivers.
All right.
But that's only a 0.1 second over
D-Blood.
D-Blood.
Yeah. So right now it is coming down between these two for
Ron contact with the 12 and the 24.
Ron Racing is not gonna let D-Blood win this championship without a fight. And side by side racing going on, and then D-Blood passes Ron Racing. And here comes Ron Racing on the outside. And he manages to pass him. And D-Blood,
wasn't giving up that easy.
he's not going down without a fight.
And I'm in pits.
If the 14 now takes the lead.
14 might have taken the lead, but it doesn't matter right now. This is what we're seeing. And, yo, guys, if we talked about it earlier on in our pre-race show, is that the bumper was going to be used, and we're definitely seeing it right now for the championship.
I have 3 to go.
3 to go right now.
Oh, the 14 is in the wall.
A caution does not need to be out. 3 laps to go for Ron Racing. He is in front of D-Blood. This is the first time we've seen Ron Racing in front of D-Blood throughout this whole time. D-Blood has been the one.
3 is off the pace on the backstretch after spinning out.
And he's going to be out of the driver's way, so yeah, good for him. It'll end up being 2 laps to go. And yet, this is what Ron Racing needs right now. He needs to be able to stay in front of D-Blood. He's got lap
14
traffic.
is 1.
3 is around again. 3 is around again.
Ron Racing. Ron Racing is your champion.
It's over.
It's over.
He did it.
It's over. He finally did it. Ron Racing is your 9-line Series Cup Series champion. Congratulations.
Yeah, Plays official Ron Racing, JD Power, D-Blood, and Kluka.
Yeah, huge shout out to Plays official for that. Smart on saving, and congratulations for Ron Racing on winning the championship 4.
Cinderella story is what we call it right there.
TCW winds up in 6th place.
Cinderella story right there.
Like I did say, it's always about strategy here. You never know what can really happen at the beginning.
And I think we need to go ahead and get our. I don't know if D-Blood wants our championship 4 in real quick, but let's go ahead and get D-Blood up in here. Someone hook me up with that.
I got you.
Ron Racing is your 9-line Series Cup champion. And of course, who had the fastest lap? That looks to be Ron Racing himself with a 23.0. So a chance for D Blood to come up and try to go back to back championships is not going to be the case for him. As we will wait on D Blood, and then we also need to go ahead and get our champion Ron Racing up in here. And there he is, Mr. D Blood. What a race! D Blood, you got a copy? D
All
Blood, you
right,
got
I'm going to jump out and let y'all give time to the championship winner and top three.
Alrighty, and definitely do want to say thank you for being our in-race reporter, Melton. Appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow, man.
No problem.
All right, we have our 4 championship drivers here. We have TCW with us. All right, I think we're waiting on Up the Irons and, of course, Ron Racing, correct?
That's correct.
All right, Melton left, so that gives us plenty of room to be able to get a chance to talk to our championship 4 drivers individually. So if I was you, DJ and Cushion, I'd get my questions ready. All right, still full of crickets and that. We have Up the Irons.
My bad. I
No,
just died there for a second.
y'all good? Y'all good? Alrighty. I think we have all 4 championship 4 drivers in here, and I do want to say congratulations to Ron Racing. What a race!
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's
Alright.
crazy that it came down to strategy like that, but what the hell? That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. By the way, I do need you guys to make sure that you guys are. Make sure everyone can hear you guys through the party. You guys don't care.
I believe so.
All
Everybody
right.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. So let's go ahead and get things started. I want to talk to TCW real quick. TC, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, my man? How you doing, dude?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. The question is how are you doing, man? We've seen you struggling a lot throughout this whole race. We've seen you getting a lot of battles between you and the 4. I mean, take us through that whole thing. I mean, because it seemed like you were doing good, but then you end up getting involved with these situations. Take us through your race, man.
Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, I had a pretty decent car. I wouldn't say it was the fastest by any means, but, as long as I'm, still in the lead lap and, maybe top 5 or so in stage 3, I always got a chance. But, yeah, like you said, man, if there was something happening, I was getting caught up in it. It was, kind of one thing after another. I think at one point I was 2 laps down. I was able to work my way back to the lead lap, but at that point, I was starting at the back of the pack, and there were some fast guys out there tonight, and I knew there were going to be a lot of them, and they sure did show up. Ron Racing for sure. I obviously knew everybody had a chance in this, but for some reason I was thinking D Blood might have had the. I don't know. I was kind of thinking like he was probably the guy to beat. But Ron Racing showed up and showed out tonight, if you ask me.
Real quick, DJ, Cushion, you guys got anything you want to ask TC?
Nothing.
I got nothing.
It's just from what I saw. Sometimes you just were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And that's how it goes sometimes, fellas. I mean, you'd always like to be out front and leading that pack, and always, there's been quite a few races throughout the season where I have been at the right place at the right time, but unfortunately tonight wasn't one of those nights. So you got to take them as you get them, and it's been a great season. I was just happy to be a part of the Final 4, and congratulations to Ron Racing on his Cup championship.
Very well said, man. We'll definitely see you tomorrow night for our Truck Series Championship. It's going to be a fun one. Me, you get just to call that one. And
Yes, sir. Yep.
as a broadcast partner, man, you did a hell of a job tonight, man. Very, very proud of you.
Appreciate it. Yep, I did the best I could. Like I said, I wasn't the fastest, and I knew it was going to be a challenge, and I was just hoping, maybe things would work out my way, but unfortunately they didn't. But, like I said, congratulations to Ron Racing.
Alrighty. Up the iron. You got a copy, bud.
Here.
Alright. Up the iron, man. You had a roller coaster of a race. You was battling along with the 17, but then you ended up getting involved with more battles besides him. You ended up getting involved with the 37 and the 14. I mean, take us through that whole situation for you, because it seemed like you just couldn't get yourself a break until you finally had that window of opportunity to battle for the championship against D-Blood, and you also had a hard battle with Melton too.
Yeah, I'll start out with, honestly, I didn't think I'd come into this and be in the final four. Glad it happened, but came into this. This is not one of my best tracks. I suck at this track, to be honest with you. It was fun. Had some good battles. I know the 37, I don't know what was going on there, but he was getting into a lot of people. Got into me a couple of times. It's whatever. Came down to it, man. I got on the fuel strategy thing. I had about a half a lap of fuel left to save, and I would have been good. And then I got together with somebody, don't remember who it was, put me in the pits, went 2 laps down. It's racing. I'm not mad about it, I made the final four, First season in here, I'm pretty happy with that. Wasn't a bad season. I had a lot of fun. I love racing with all these guys.
Yeah, and you definitely showed a great performance, man. Cushion, DJ, y'all have anything you guys want to ask up the iron?
Man, I got nothing for him. Just same thing with TCW, man. Just certain times, just the wrong place, the wrong time.
Yep.
All right, and if you feel like you need to leave, man, you're more than welcome to. But awesome job tonight, and let this, this goes to show how big of a performance you have. So yet, just keep fighting, especially come next season, man. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good racing with everybody.
All right, man. Awesome job tonight. All right, now. With that being said, we move on to the next individual, and let me tell you guys, this next individual led to most laps in this race, had one of the fastest cars, but strategy ended up in the end for him. And not only that, but he's also our boss, aka D-Blood. D-Blood, you got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
D-Blood, man, like I just mentioned, you led almost every single lap tonight. You had a dominating fashion car. I mean, take us through your thoughts. I mean, on the final stage, and then the whole strategy played out. Take us through your thoughts on that.
If the cautions don't come out, I win going away. If the second caution doesn't come out, I win going away. The second one comes out, and I don't know. Half a lap short.
There's no doubt you definitely had the fastest. You were the class of the field tonight, man. It just strategy kind of just screwed you.
Well, like I said, the first caution, not a big deal. The second caution doesn't come out, it's over. But
right, I don't even know what the caution came out for.
I don't know if it was the 3 or DJ Cushion. Do y'all remember what it was?
The 17 and the 37 was one of them, but I'm not sure if it was the first caution or the second.
I can't remember what the second one was. I remember the first one was, but not the second.
But yet, before we get to the questions, man, D-Blood, you have had a strong battle. I mean, we've seen you battle with Ron Racing, and it was like tooth and nail. So, I mean, I do want to ask you, did you feel like, if you didn't have strategy, you would have, I mean, obviously you would have won the championship, But do you think strategy pretty much screwed you over in this race?
I mean, it didn't screw me over. I mean, I was um, right there at it, but I was just hell. I mean, it was half a lap, 3/4 of a lap short. I ran out on the backstretch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, could you start saving earlier? Probably, but I mean, hell. I mean, like I said, if the cautions don't come out, it's not even close. But
Yeah. Very well said. Very well said. And
I don't know.
very,
Kind of at a loss for words at the moment.
which is very, very understandable, especially with the race that you had tonight, man. Let's go ahead and talk to the guys. Cushion, DJ, do you guys have any comments?
Well, one thing I do have is the fact that, like, when we were racing, when we first started this stream, I had said that you had asked me who I think was going to be the most aggressive. I did say Ron Racing.
Yeah, and yeah, that's for sure. Cushion, anything?
Yeah, I just want to say, just great race, D-Blood. I mean, obviously it didn't go the right way, but you had the fastest car, and any time you got space to drive away, you did. And I just sorry to see that you come up short like that, but with that type of speed, I feel like you're going to be a major threat in tomorrow's truck race.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's. I was good. If I had one tonight, I was gonna bow out of tomorrow night, but now I'm just pissed off for tomorrow night.
Hey, one thing I can tell you is take all that aggressive you have for tonight and save it for tomorrow and focus on winning yourself a championship tomorrow, man.
Yeah. You know, it was hard to stay focused when I was pulling away like 6-7 seconds out. You're sitting there going, all right, just stay focused, put it out your mind, you know. But when the first caution fell, you know, I was like, okay, that's fine because the fuel still worked the same. You still had to pit one more time, and then the second one fell. It was like, at first, I was like, well, we'll see what happens. And then as it kept going and going, I was like, crap, we're gonna have to save fuel. And so at that point, I tried to save, but it was just I couldn't save and let them pull away, you know. So not having a clutch, hard to save.
Yeah. Well, hey, one thing I can tell you is that the experience they had for tonight can definitely help you out for tomorrow night. That's for sure. All right. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and get to our champion, a man who I looked at the standings. A man who pretty much pulled a Daniel Hemrick has not won a race this season, but ended up winning the championship thanks to strategy. And that is Ron Racing. Congratulations, Ron Racing. How do you feel right now?
Sorry.
I'm
sorry. I got distracted by my daughters.
Y'all good? Y'all good?
Oh yeah, all good, man. It was a crazy race. I just I drove my heart out every lap that whole race, and I'm surprised as hell that it ended up the way it did. I had no idea I never expected to win. I'm in just as much a shock as D-Blood is, actually.
Yeah.
It sucks it's the other side, but in some ways it's really cool. I came into this league kind of, I think, as an underdog, and to kind of win the championship without winning a race, it's a Matt Kenseth, you know?
Yeah. Well,
but I sure hope I get invited back to next year.
I mean, you're a champion now, so I mean, we definitely want you back come next year for sure. Man, I do want to point this out is that you kept struggling throughout the first few stages. I mean, you ended up having a struggling car, may I say, and then all of a sudden, the third and final stage is what helped you out. The strategy. Did you ever feel like if the cautions didn't come out, that you'll end up struggling more as you did?
Absolutely. The problem was last week I came with something too conservative, and this week I came with something too aggressive. So I was way loose, and I kept trying to tighten the car up, and that last stage, by saving fuel, it actually helped tighten the car up and actually help the car handle better.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to my two colleagues, DJ, Cushion. Questions for our champion?
Just congratulations on your win, bro.
Hey, thank you. I'd just like to say a thank you to D Blood, man. He works his ass off in this league and running it and putting it all on. And sorry to take it away from him right there at the end, but hey, man, feels pretty damn good.
All right, Cushion.
Thank you, buddy. Glad to have you.
You are definitely, like I said, I'm still tongue tied and in shock, man, because I didn't think, and you guys, this is a really tough league. There's a lot of fast guys in here,
and yet
and it's a clean league. I really like, it's a blessing to race with you guys. I appreciate it.
And we definitely do appreciate you.
Ron.
Thank you.
Cushion pushing. Anything you want to say to our champion?
I just want to say congrats, man. I mean, you ran that strategy just how it should have been. I mean, you realized what you had to do, and you did it better than anyone else in that field.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But with that being said, it's hard to believe now that the Cup Series season here is officially over after tonight. I do want to say a huge shout out to everyone who's gotten involved with the booth. Myself, y'all ain't ready racing, to DJ, to Kluka, to everyone in Cushion Pushing, everyone who has gotten involved with the booth. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for helping me out and allowing me to get a chance to go out on my vacation. Y'all did a great job last week. And I definitely want to say thanks to the drivers, because without the drivers, we wouldn't be able to have as big of a league. And Ron Racing, man, you did a hell of a job. Congratulations on winning the championship. To drivers like him, to D-Blood, TC, the whole Cup Series roster has been tremendous throughout this whole season. And I do want to send a huge thank you to our sponsors, 9line Apparels. Make sure you guys go to 9lineapparels.com. Use promo code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. And, of course, send a shout-out to our friends at the J&J Talk Show, who allowed me to have the platform to be able to promote this race and the Truck Series race. That'll be tomorrow night. Real quick, before we hop off the air on D-Blood, man, as a boss, this was an incredible season for the Cup Series, don't you think?
No, I agree. I think we had a great season, and we're not done yet. Got trucks tomorrow night. We're gonna have a all-star race coming up, so not gonna quite close the book on season 3 yet, but go ahead and get ready for season 4.
Thank you to the guys in the booth too, man. I really,
month.
it's awesome watching the race videos after the race. I always like to watch them, and you guys do a great job. It's awesome.
I definitely, that's all D-Blood, because he gave me the ability for me to have the booth, and if I didn't work as much, I'll be up here 24/7, and it's just a blessing. So thank you, D-Blood, for allowing me to get a chance to do what I do best. And DJ and Cushion, and shout out to Melton. You guys did an awesome job.
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I do want to say thank you for D-Blood for letting me be a part of this series, and to Ron, I'm gonna try to come for that title next year or next season.
Right on, man. Absolutely.
Well, hey, like D-Blood said, we're not done as of yet, because tomorrow night, live here on the TVR YouTube channel, we crown a Truck Series champion. Who's going to win it? Well, you have to tune in and see. Same time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be myself and TC. We might have a in-race reporter. We'll figure that out later on tomorrow. But until then, everyone, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Thunder Valley Racing League if you guys want to join. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in from your homes, watching us, and get a chance to crown a champion tonight. Thank you to all. I'm Code Red Dew, and we'll say so long, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Truck Series Championship. So long, everyone, and good night.